Good morning, and it's Friday. Yes, this is your distance learning lesson, and we are to S for Science Day. Reading. Do you have your Raz Kids lessons completed? If the answer is no, please do it now. And if the answer is yes, enjoy 30 minutes of free reading. Today we are on lesson 4 in chapter 11, and we're going to convert customary units of capacity. Convert means changing them to different units. So take a look at here. We know that if we have 1 cup, it's the same as 8 fluid ounces. If we have 1 pint, it's the same as 2 cups. If we have 1 quart, it's the same as 2 pints. And if we have 1 gallon, it's the same as 4 quarts. And sometimes when you're measuring things, you have to go back and forth between the measurements. Remember this from last lesson? This is a good thing to keep in your memory. Kind of take a look at this and have that visual picture in your mind. You know that 1 big G is the gallon, 4 Q's in there mean 4 quarts, 2 pints in every quart, and 2 cups in every pint. So let's take a look at this. A paint store is selling 1 gallon cans for $25. They are selling 1 quart cans for $6. If Izzy needs 1 gallon of paint, which type of cans would be cheaper? So let's think about it. It would cost how much money for 1 gallon? $25, right? And for a quart, how many quarts are there in a gallon? We found out there were 4 Q's in the G, right? So 4 quarts. So let's take 4 times the cost. 4 times 6 is $24. So Izzy should buy the paint in which kind of cans? What would save her money? Yeah, the quarts. If she bought them in the quart cans, that would save her a whole $1, wouldn't it? Let's go to page 715. Example 1. Marcus has a 2-gallon container of laundry detergent. How many quarts of laundry detergent does he have? How many pints of laundry detergent does he have? Well, since quarts are smaller than gallons, you're going to multiply. So multiply because there are 4 quarts in a gallon and we have 2 gallons. So 2 times 4 is 8. So we have 8 quarts. Now we're going to take that 8 and multiply it by 2 because there's 2 pints in every quart. So 8 times 2 is 16. So there are 16 pints in 8 quarts. Marcus has 8 quarts or 16 pints of laundry detergent. Okay, turn to page 716. There's a helpful hint there. When converting measures, there will be more smaller units than larger units. That makes sense. So complete 4.5 quarts is how many pints? Well, what do we need? Number 1, there are 2 pints in every quart. So the first thing we should do is take 4 times 2, and that would be 8. Then we need to know what is half of 2, because it's 2 pints in a quart. Well, half of 2 is 1. So 4.5 quarts, you would add it together and you would get 9. All right. Now, page 716, stop the video, do the problems, and then start it and correct it. Okay, ready to correct? Here we go. 10 quarts is the same as 20 pints, 10 times 2. 3.5 cups is the same as 28 fluid ounces, 3 times 8 plus 4 more. And how many pints are in a quart? 5 times 2 is 10. And let's look at the table. 1 pint is 2 cups. 2 pints are 4. 3 is 6, and 4 is 8. And the same with gallons to quarts. There's 4 in each one. So 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. 6 times 4 is 24. And 8 times 4 is 32. Go to page 717. Stop the video, do the problems, start it up again to correct it. So let's look at the first table. 1 quart is 2 pints. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. How many cups in a pint? 2 again. 5 times 2 is 10. 7 times 2 is 14. 9 times 2 is 18. And 11 times 2 is 22. So can we figure out the bottom part? How many fluid ounces in 1 cup? That's 8. So for number 8, it's 8 times 8 is 64. 6.5 gallons is how many quarts? Where you're going to take 4 times 6 is 24. Half of 4 is 2 and add it on. How many quarts are in 5 gallons? 5 times 4 is 20. Number 11. How many? 5.5 cups is how many ounces? So 5 times 8 is 40, and then half of 8 is 4, so 44. How many cups in 15 pints? 15 times 2 is 30. And how many ounces in 16 cups? That would be 16 times 8 is 128. All right. Again, stop the video, do the problems, start it up to correct it. Take a look here. I'll just let you correct. 14 is less, 15 is equal, 16 is greater than, 17 equal, 15 less, 19 less. 22, Lucia is making 2 gallons of soup. How many cups of soup is that? Well, if we go back to that picture, we know there are 4 quarts in each one, and then there are 2, and so there are 16 cups, so 16 times 2 is 32 cups. 23, Tomas is buying a 2-cup container of liquid dish soap. How many fluid ounces is that? 2 times 8 is 16. Danielle is using 2 quarts of water. How many cups is that? It would be 2 times 4 is 8. So what are you going to do? You're going to do 719 through 720. You're going to do problems 1 through 14. Going to take a picture and send it to me. Thank you very much. Today for your journal, we're going to do a science poem. It's called Now I Know. So think of all the things we've studied in science this year, then complete this poem. So the first 3 lines actually are things that you now know that you didn't know before. Now I know that matter takes up space and has mass. I also know that I can measure the mass of matter with grams. And I can tell you about, what else did we do? Rocks. There are 3 types of rocks, right? Sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. But I still wonder about, and I still want to know. So maybe there are 2 things that you're still questioning. Try that and send it to me. I'd love to read it. Friday fun, no social studies or science today. We're going to finish chapter 8 and start chapter 9 in the read aloud. For music, pretend that you are a music teacher and teach a song to your family or check Seesaw for other activities. Mrs. Hotchkiss says, think about what you are most excited for after 4th grade. Little science joke here. Neither one is better than the other, but if you want to be Team Celsius, that's fine. Have an awesome weekend. Hey guys, we have no school on Monday, so I will see you on Tuesday. Have a great long weekend.